Hey YouTube, this is Don. Today I'm gonna try to do a review, a redo on an older video that I recently deleted. The reason I did that is because, well, the video was low quality and I didn't give enough details. So I'm gonna be adding more details on the game, better than I did before. And today's May 4th, so it's May the 4th be with you day, which is basically a Star Wars holiday for us Star Wars fan. And for those that are watching this Star Wars review, this Star Wars the arcade game review, I'm sure this will be a great review for you guys to watch. Because today, for this special video, we're gonna let me correct myself. So today, for this special day, or at least at the time this video was recorded, we're gonna review Star Wars the arcade game on the Atari 5200. Make a remaster review on this game. Now, before I pop the cartridge in and show you, I just want to make a note saying that this cartridge, like I said in my previous video, this is not the correct cartridge that I have for this game. This is actually just a recycled Atari cartridge, Atari 5200 cartridge, that actually was made to help hold the guts within the cartridge. I guess the original cartridge that this game came in broke. The cartridge itself originally looks like an Activision cartridge, but made by Parker Brothers Company, or Atari itself, but in a different cartridge that is shaped like an Activision cartridge for the Atari 5200, and it has that blue label that says Star Wars the arcade game. Oh, sorry. Here's my copy of the game. It's just got it doesn't have a label, it just has the sticker that says Star Wars Arcade. But otherwise, this game is the same game, just in a different cartridge. Just recycled with this cartridge for the sake of holding the game itself, I guess. So let's pop this cartridge in and boot it up. Now, the game's graphics, I want to point out, I didn't mention this in my other review, but the graphics, the arcade version originally uses vector graphics, but due to the limitations of this console and the fact that the TVs were limited back then, the developers weren't able to make vector graphics for this console, unfortunately, so this is the best you could get. But otherwise, the gameplay-wise, the controller is... Unfortunately, you're forced to use this terrible controller. This terrible analog joystick controller. But it does work. It's just not really the best controller to use. And it does have a copyright date of this game was released in 1984. At least this particular version was. And it's made by LFL and Atari. So let's get started. Now this game sounds like an 8-bit. Now to shoot, you have to hit the low red button on the right. You can shoot the projectiles, and so basically you shoot projectiles in those stormtrooper fighters, and you only got a limit of 9 shields. The buttons are not really that great. Ow. I just lost the shield. And lost 2. Ah, crap. Lost 3. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying my best. Just the controller is just not that good. And the button's not responsive either. Just wish I could use the Competition Pro joystick on it, but it doesn't work that way. At least not with this game. Shield's gone. My last chance. Now, the second level, you have to shoot these towers before you can reach the core of the Death Star. But the first level, you have to shoot projectiles. And these enemies, and these green enemies, which I don't know, I forgot what they're called, but they're storm fighters, I think. You don't really fight Darth Vader in this game, or at least I thought you can't. I think in the later levels you do, but I'm not sure. But I'm not entirely sure. And you do keep in score, which is pretty typical for games at this era, around the early 80s. Ah, dang it. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to do my best. The controls are just... The controller is just not that responsive. The controller is just not the best. It's not that responsive, honestly. Finally, I destroyed the... Oh, you shoot fighters and shoot the fighters, which are the enemies, those green things. Anyway, you do get the idea. I'm sure you already know that the biggest objective to complete the levels, you have to destroy the core of the Death Star. Just like in the movie. But except this is just an arcade game. Keep in mind. Now I'm off to this next level, where you'll see what I'm talking about. You shoot these towers, trying to dodge them, so I don't get hit and lose my shield. Now, I don't want to hear any comments, rude comments about my skills. It's not my fault. And if my parents are watching this, they'll think, oh, that's because the controller's old and they don't last long. Well, it's not the aging, just so you know. It's just the controllers were not designed properly. Yeah, they make poor decisions back then. Even the angry video game nerd complains about the controllers not working. Oh, here we go. And we're back to this screen again. Shield's gone. Use the force. Man, this controller sucks. You need to be a pro to... In conclusion... Yeah, unless you're a pro at this, then I wouldn't recommend this game. I say stick to the Commodore version. Rather, wear the cartridge or the floppy disk version. Although the cartridge version can be rare. Here we go. Oh, I gotta use my thumb. My right thumb. I guess that's the way it makes it respond. Damn it. Man. The game's not bad, just Now, the Atari 2600 version, I'm not sure if I would consider it graphically better, but at least the controls are better. Just not as superior as the arcade because of the limitations of the system. Otherwise, gameplay-wise, I'm probably going to show off the Atari 2600 version if I ever get my hands on it. And shield's gone. And my thumb's wearing out. It's quite uncomfortable, honestly. I can honestly say this is uncomfortable to handle this control. To handle this controls. I wish you could use either of the buttons, but you can't. You have to use the lower right button. The lower button on the right to use as the fire button, which is gotta be the worst uncomfortable experience I've ever felt. Ah, damn it. Already lost one shield. Damn it. Damn it. Although in the third level, I believe there's walls you have to dodge in this game. When you enter this area again, in each level. Ah, damn it. Sorry for the profanity, but even though it's not really the worst. But never mind that. I just want to concentrate on the game itself. Bottom line, unless you're a top tier gamer, like, you can handle this controller, which I feel like my skills are rusty at this point. This could definitely agitate your thumb. I'm telling you. Damn it, I already lost shield. And you have to be precise and accurate like a Jedi Master. Boom! That screen flashing is classic Atari experience for those that like Atari. Damn it. Sorry, my thumb's wearing out. Looks like I'm shooting the jet fighters for bonus. Oh, and you can either shoot the towers or dodge them at this point, I learned, as far as my experience are concerned. You can also, you can use, ah, crap. Lost another shield. I'm sorry, my skills are poor. It's just this controller. And no, that's not because it's old. The controller works. It's just not designed right. It's kind of excessive, honestly. Wears out on your thumb. Goodness gracious. Yeah, in conclusion, if you're the type of person that can handle this controller, let me show you. This controller, the Atari 5200, and if you like what you see here, like you're a pro at this, like if you think you can be a pro at this game and handle that controller like I showed you, you can get this game if you want. I'm not saying that this game's bad. It's just good. It's just the controller is just not necessarily. But it's the only way you can play this game. Just make sure you have a working 5200 analog stick controller and responsive button. Because, yeah. May the fourth be with you. This is definitely worth. I'm not sure if you, I don't know. But anyway, sorry I'm slurring my words. But I'm just trying to explain the best I can with this game. Of what the game's like. But anyway, subscribe if you want to see more. But yeah, like I said, this video is. I'm not talking about the video. I'm sorry this video is taking so long. I'm just trying to give you guys the best idea of the game possible. But anyway, like I said, if you're a pro gamer and if you don't mind using the Atari 5200 controller, like what I showed you, like I showed you the actual controller that I have that still works, you can definitely pick this game up if you want. But if you want to use a better controller than this, I say go for the Commodore version. You know, the Commodore 64. Whether we're on a 5 1/4 inch floppy disk or a cartridge, either one, go for that if you're just a casual gamer. Because honestly, it wore out my thumb. I guess I'm just not set up for it yet. But hey, at least I'm trying. But like I said, but anyway, subscribe if you want to see more videos. Be sure to smash the like button. Comment. Be sure to comment of what you think about this game. And be sure to hit the notification bell to be notified of what videos are coming up next. And yeah, may the 4th be with you. This is me, signing off.